Hello, thanks for joining me today. I've been asked so many times to do this video. So today I will be covering a topic that a lot of young athletes will like to know about. And that is advice for being recruited as a student athlete and the things that you can do to give yourself the leg up on your competition and what can make you stand out amongst your peers in your particular sport. Tune in. The Real and More. Athletics, health, and wellness tips every Tuesday. So I will start with a little bit of my story on my recruiting journey. I started playing football when I was in 7th grade. I played basketball. I've always ran track. I did a little baseball. But my journey started probably in 7th, 8th grade. New to the sport. Didn't really get my mark until the 9th grade where I became the starting quarterback of my 9th grade team. And I was a standout on that team, and then went on to become a standout on the varsity on the 10th grade. Starting as quarterback at 10th grade. I think that's when I finally hit my mark, is because I started to stand out and became a starting quarterback, was turning heads all around the state, doing some things, player of the week at a young age. All the recruiting things started coming in around, I want to say, my junior year. That's when I finally started making making an imprint on the Oklahoma map and also the national map. I was invited to many camps. I was invited to the U.S. Army All-American camp. I was invited to the Nike Spark camp. I don't know if it's called that still. I was invited to an LSU camp, invited to OSU, was also invited to KU also. And I went and did some things and played really, really hard and showed my talent. And then that's when the recruiting trail really picked up for me. I got on the map, and basically it was history. Offers started rolling in about my junior year. Senior year, I had, things to decide. I had, 5 schools I narrowed it down to. My number one school that I really wanted to attend was Notre Dame. That did not work out that way. Some things happened where I could not go there. And then I ended up picking Texas Tech, where I had a wonderful 5 years. So how about we take time for you to go share in the comments or post in a video about the things that you like about your recruiting, or the things that you're experiencing in your recruiting, or for those that are already in college, to go and share their experience, the things that you like, the things that you didn't like, the things that you wish you could change, and how it kind of reflects to my college recruiting experience. So now that I've given my story on how I was recruited, I will move on to the tips that I think that every high school athlete should use when they're trying to get recruited for college sports, be it football, basketball, baseball, track, really doesn't matter. It's pretty much the same for all sports, maybe a little bit different because you may have a little bit more club sports, a little bit more AAU for certain sports, but at the same time, these simple little tricks will guide you on how to better place yourself for recruiting. But for tip number 1, I would say get really good at what you are doing. Get really good at your sport. Get really good at your craft. Because that is what the schools are looking for you for. They want to recruit you because of your ability. If you didn't have that ability, they won't be coming to look at you anyway. So I would say get good at your craft. Whatever you're good at, whatever it is your sport that you're in, get good at it. All right? A lot of people try to go invest all this time and effort in getting recruited, and they're average. You need to be the best player you can on your team, challenging yourself individually every day, and also focusing on what things you need to get better at. And I would say in this step, you actually have to be real with yourself. Not all of us are God-given athletes like LeBron James, or if you take a Michael Jordan, or if you take an Adrian Peterson in football, or if you take, just any of those just great standout athletes. Like, they were born to be great in that sport. Most of us, even those people, they work hard, but, a lot of us don't have those measurables. So what you have to do is you have to be real with yourself, find what you're good at, and not try to be good at this, and this, and this. Figure out the 2 or 3 things that you're great at and become great at them. And then all the other things, you don't want to neglect them, but you want to build them up, but you want to focus on what is going to make you stand out, what is going to make you unique to these coaches. I would say my second tip will be visibility. Visibility is probably the thing that people struggle with the most in knowing exactly what to do. There's not a perfect science. But the first thing before you get visibility is, like I said, you have to work on your craft. Work on your craft that you are good, that when you do have this exposure, that they notice you. So there's different ways you can get visibility. Now they have Huddle. You can send out all your film to all different coaches. They have all different kind of camps that you can get invited to or pay for. And then also in different sports, basketball, baseball, getting on the AAU circuit, and being very particular in where you're going. A lot of people say AAU this, but you're not getting seen in front of the coaches because you're not being at the right tournaments, you're not being at the right places. You need to go where they're going to be. And you need to do some research, do your research, and know what is the best place for you to be at to be seen. So in every sport is a little bit different, but I know in football, going to camps, going there, showing your talent, showing your craft that you've been working on, which is step one. So now coaches can see that and be wowed by you, and now you can get on their recruiting boards, you can get on their map, you can start to, get invited to a lot more things. And getting invited to these things are even better. I know a lot of people pay money to go to these things, but if they are sending you invites, letting you know we want you to be at this camp, it will be free, and all you just have to do is pay your way to get here. Those are the best ones because those are the elites, or let's say the top 100 athletes, or the top 100 football players in the state of Oklahoma or in the state of Kansas, or the top 64 female athletes. You want to be invited to those type of camps because then that's when you know that you get on the recruiting circuit, and that way you're getting visibility for all these colleges to see you. Effort is key. People want to see how hard you're going to play, how hard you're willing to go, how hard you're willing to sacrifice your body. Are you willing to beat out that other person with your effort and work harder than them? What's going to make you stand out over them? If you all are very, very close in talent, you're very, very close in height, you're very, very close in speed and stats, that effort is going to stand out. People see that. Coaches see that. We want to know how hard are you going to play. I tell my players this all the time. Effort will get you farther in this business than anything else. Because we all have the talent if you're making it to college. But if you're trying to get to that next level, the work ethic, your attention to detail is going to stand out. And that is what we are looking for also as college coaches. We want to know, do you play hard? We want to see you going hard in every single practice. We want to see you going hard in every single game, because this is going to let us know that, okay, I can depend on that person if we recruit them. I can depend that they're going to come here and they're going to give 110% effort. It makes you stand out. It's so simple, but it makes you stand out in recruiting. And I left this tip for the last one because I think it's the most important. All right? And this tip is be good in your grades. You are a student athlete for a reason. You're going to school to get an education. You're in high school to get an education. You cannot be recruited if you do not have the grades. Be on top of your grades. There's different scales depending on which division you're getting recruited by. Division I has their own rules. Division II has their own rules. Division I AA has their own rules. Division III has their own rules. NAIA has their own rules. JUCO has their own rules. All right, you do not want to miss out on an opportunity because you did not take care of business in the classroom. I cannot tell you how many players we've gone in to try to recruit, and you get there, man, you're excited about him, you see it, and then you go see his grades, and you're like, I can't recruit you. And that's an important thing. And coming out of high school, I cannot stress it, so important to be good in your academics. That is what's going to get you recruited. If you want to be those bigger schools, you got to have a good ACT. You got to have a good SAT. You got to have a good grade point average for you to be able to be admitted into these schools and these programs. School is very, very important. Take it very, very serious. Thanks for tuning in. You can subscribe below or there, or wherever it is. And also, if you have any comments, leave them in the comments below. I will go through, answer any questions I can, or even make more videos. I will be coming out with more videos every Tuesday, answering questions on recruiting, answering questions on athletics, answering questions on, Little League sports, all the things that related to sports, also wellness and health, and also becoming a better you as an athlete. So once again, thanks for joining in. See you next time on The Real Impact.